the criticisms of the killings in the country, because these are coming not just from members of the political opposition but from agencies like the UN and from other countries. Do you think these have affected the investors, the desire of investors to come to the country?
Let's put it this way. A businessman will come to this country if they can make money. If they see the opportunity to be able to get a good return on the investment, they will continue to invest in the country. The moment that scenario is not there, then don't expect them to come. They're not going to come for the love of the Philippines. You know what I mean? It is all about a return on their capital. That is how they judge it. The other areas, like the macro environment, the cleansing process that's happening right now with the drug problem, it's a matter of point of view. Each one has their own point of view and style, right? That the process is, to myself, I mean, when I talk to other business people, at least they see somebody trying to solve the drug issue, trying to solve the level of crime. Now, of course, as we all know, if you all watch Narcos, or you could see that it is similar. I mean, just look at history in other countries and look how these issues are being solved. To me, I look at it in creating greater wealth for the poor, right? In the end, what causes all of these problems in drugs and criminality? It's poverty, right? So my focus is to try to have a program that will help alleviate those at the bottom of the pyramid. Because that is the real long-term solution, really. In areas, and why we look at, why are a lot of poor getting hit? No? Why are they all infected with the drug problem? Because basically, that is where it is. That's the root cause, is poverty. If the rich people, if we have a problem, we can take Xanor, Valium, or whatever, Prozac. These people, sometimes, what do they resort to? They escape. They drink, they take drugs. And that's common in the world. No? So my role as an advisor to the president is, I'm not here to solve the drug problem. That's not my expertise. I focus on what I know is best, which is entrepreneurship. And to me, focusing on the 3 M's on mentorship, which we are doing massively to help them, because as you do that, it's you're giving confidence, solving the money issue and solving the market issue. Because to me, poverty is the root cause of all evil. And for you who think the Philippines is unique, then just watch in Netflix, get an idea of how other countries try to solve their drug problem. But nevertheless, what I think is important is creating the right macro environment, right? Providing a peaceful place for us Filipinos, that you can walk the street without somebody robbing you. And again, it's far complex. In a way, sometimes we deserve a stronger type of leadership. When you have too much democracy, things just move so slow. And if you look at the success of China, and I try to analyze it with a lot of friends, China's move towards from a communist state to a more democratic state has allowed them to really accelerate their development rapidly. Because you have one person creating the right path. I'm not saying we move towards a dictatorship, but somehow I think the Filipinos need a little bit of discipline. And in any organization, whether private sector, whether my company or any big company, we are not too democratic. Because the founder or the entrepreneur or the CEO takes that lead in the vision. What is that vision? And sometimes when you have a very democratic corporation, you tend to lose track. So that's how I look at it. I mean, I'm not saying we have to change the structure in this country and move towards that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that sometimes we need a little bit of discipline.
Okay, thank you. MPC, more questions? Ina Andulong, CNN Philippines, to be followed by Joseph Moro.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, you mentioned earlier that commitments made could have or could take some time to materialize. The president's foreign trips generated supposedly 37 billion pesos in pledged commitments. Do you have an idea, sir, if how much of these have already materialized and or ilan pa po yung hinihintay?
I'm the wrong person to ask. You should ask Secretary Mon Lopez that. But I've been in the foreign trips. We've met with the business community there. I've seen them make pledges. You know, they sign MOAs and all of that. And many of the conglomerates and many others are part of it. And some of them materialize, and some of them just don't. You know, that's the way it is. It is an intent to proceed with a venture, and I guess maybe when you interview Secretary Mon Lopez, he can explain to you in detail. But even going back to history, that is always the case. What the president's trips try to do is to really expose our country. We're just one of the many countries out there. You're trying to attract investors. Just to give an idea, publicly listed companies, the CEOs and the founders travel all over the world and meet investors for them to invest in their own companies. Just look at it. Philippines Inc. is a company. If the president were not, and he is the CEO of this country, if he were not going to travel, we will not be at the top of mind of many